said, Allahu Akbar, I found this sinner pressure that comes from coals. I said, Allahu Akbar, that's what probably the Prophet ﷺ meant. See how close it is. And you find under, if you want anything to be delivered through the mail, just send it to us, or through the email come to you. And subhanallah, these are the signs of the Day of Judgment. Another sign of the Day of Judgment, كثرة النساء وقلة الرجال. The Prophet ﷺ said, there will come to a time, there will be more females than males. There will be more women than men. It's narrated in the hadith that there will be the population of one man, 50 females next to him. One man for 50 females. Why is that? Too much death. Too much wars. Who goes into wars? Men, males. What happens? They get killed. What happens to the population of the females? Increase. The population of the males reduces. That's one of the things that the scholars said. The other thing is that the scholars said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will start, like, He'll give the mother more females than males. And subhanallah, it's true. The other time I was asking about Indonesia, and one brother told me that in Indonesia, for every man there's 8 females. Look at the difference. In Germany, at World War II, because of World War I and World War II, it reached a stage where one man, 12 females. Subhanallah. Increase of females, less number of males. It doesn't mean it's bad to have more females than males. Okay, so the sisters don't get us wrong. No, it doesn't mean that. But that's a sign of the Day of Judgment. Sign of that, there's more females than men. Another sign of the Day of Judgment, too much lying. Everyone will lie. Lying becomes something simple. Okay. And that's why you find a lot of people come and ask me that question. Sheikh, is what lie? Is it haram? Subhanallah, now there's a white lie and a black lie. The white lie is something, like it doesn't harm. The black lie is something that harms. Look at the kizb al-abada, kizb al-soda. That's why we have, especially in the overseas. White lie, black lie. Now the lies are different. Like now, alhamdulillah, it's divided into white and black. White is halal, black is haram. And both of them are lie. Both of them are lie. What's the difference? Tomorrow we'll get another color, purple lie. What's the Allahu A'lam in between? Is it halal or haram? So you find this a lot, lying. Increase of lying. Everyone, subhanAllah, lying now on the tongue, especially, subhanAllah, the kids, innocent kids, mashallah, they know how to lie now. From the programs I watch on TV, Simpsons and that. They teach them how to lie. And they grow up lying. You find them done the worst things, and he comes, mashallah, makes himself so innocent. Lying. Too much lying. They became, so it's like lying now, that the Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, that lying is truth. It will come to a time that lying is truth, and saying the truth is false to people. People accept the lie, and they reject the truth. And that's what's happening these days. Another sign of the Day of Judgment, people wishing to die. And subhanallah, how much does that occur? Wallahi, ask me, I'll get this all the time. People call me, I wish to die. I wish I die. That the Prophet ﷺ said that the person, the man, will go past a grave of his friend, who'll look at him and say, I wish if I was in his place. To that stage. Why? Too much corruption. Too much haram. No honesty. Can't trust anyone. And that's what's been going on around. I can't trust anyone. It's hard for me to trust anyone. He's not honest. Too much corruption, too much haram, too much things. So the man, a live person, will go past his friend's grave and say, I wish I was in his position. That means he's luckier than me. He's dead, he's lucky. I'm alive, I'm not lucky. So when someone dies, he says, I wish if I died. And subhanAllah, look here in Australia. The other day, I was reading this newspaper, and I was reading what's the statistics of people committing suicide in Australia. 2,000 people every year. You want to count now 55 days, that's about 3 to 4 to 5 people every day committing suicide. Why? And you come and think of it and say, subhanallah, at that time, they didn't have the luxury and all these facilities that we have these days. But why people are committing so much suicide? Signs of the Day of Judgment. Signs of the Day of Judgment. Wishing death. You just want to run away from this world. Another sign of the Day of Judgment. And now I'm getting into bigger signs. Like slowly into the major signs. حصر الفرات عن جبل من ذهب. There's a river in Iraq. It's called Nahr al-Furat, Euphrates River. That's what they call it in English, Euphrates River. Nahr al-Furat, Euphrates River, is one of the major and big rivers in the world. And the Nile River, Dajlan, all the other rivers. And it starts all the way from Armenia, goes through Turkey, Syria, and then all the way in Iraq, and ends up in the Arabic Gulf. The Prophet ﷺ say that this river will dry, and what appears behind it? A mountain of gold. This river will dry. And what happens after dry? There's a mountain of gold. What people do? Start fighting over that gold. That out of every 100, 99 will die. And one will survive from that war. Everyone just get around that river, around that mountain. And you want to think of it, if you say everyone, if Iraq by itself has got 80 million people, and everyone around Iraq has got at least 100 million people, that means it's not going to be a small mountain. From the understanding of it's going to be a big, massive, major mountain. There's something so important and big that people are going to fight over. That out of every 100, 99 will die and one will stay alive. That everyone will start saying, I wish if I'll be the one that will survive. And this is a sign of the Day of Judgment. Did it happen? No, it didn't. Some scholars said, yes it did. Some scholars say at this time, they say it's the petrol, the oil that's in Iraq, and that's what's been happening. But from the understanding of the hadith, and according to the principles of fiqh, the hadith indicates a mountain of gold. Some scholars said that yes, the oil is called the black gold, and that's what they call in Arabic, the dhahab al-aswad. They call it the black gold. And a lot of scholars said no, the indication of this hadith means that a mountain of gold, of actual gold, and that's after the Euphrates River dries and it appears and everyone will fight over it. And again I'll say, it's not going to be a small mountain of gold. They're going to find, 100 million people are going to fight over it. No, it's going to be something big that people will fight over it. So what did the Prophet ﷺ said? He said, whoever will be at that time, do not go near it. Whoever's at that time, abstain away from it. Why? It's a fitna. It's fitna. It's corruption. It's affliction from Allah. It's a test from Rabbil Alameen. It's an actual test that Allah wants to test to see who obeys Him and who disobeys Him. So whoever will be at that time, don't go near it. Don't go near that river or that mountain of gold. Another sign of the Day of Judgment, that the Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, that the Arabian Peninsula, and the Arabian Peninsula is Saudi Arabia and around it. All this land surrounded by the Red Sea, then the Oman Gulf, and then the Arabic Gulf, where it's got 7 countries: Iraq, Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Emirat, Oman and Yemen. All this, they call Al-Jazira Arabi, the Arabian Peninsula. The Prophet ﷺ said that the Day of Judgment will not come until the Arabian Peninsula returns, and please underline or highlight the word returns back into being green and rivers, until rivers and green, or becomes green nature, and the Arabian Peninsula becomes rivers and green nature. The Day of Judgment will not come until the Arabian Peninsula returns back into green and rivers, which means a long time ago it used to be green and rivers, and now it's a desert. And the sign of the Day of Judgment will return back green and rivers. How does that happen? It could happen like what's happening now in Emirates, where you find it all green, but not natural green, planted green. They plant it. And subhanAllah, it's so green, more green than Australia. Especially the golf courses there. That area, like when you come to look at it, it's impossible